Hey, what's going on, guys? We're in the car right now, and the video is a little bit grainy, but it's because it's nighttime, and we're on our way to the gym right now. So, something I really wanted to just mention offhandedly, you got to make sure you're drinking enough water. I know people like throw that into the mix of things you should be doing, but it's kind of like one of the lesser things people brush over. And I mean, like what is enough water? Like people aren't really defining that. Like a gallon seems to suffice, but more is probably better if you're trying to put on muscle, to be honest. I mean, not more than 2 gallons, that's a bit excessive, but like, somewhere in between there probably. And I actually have a jug I bring to work that I'm lucky enough that my work has a water machine, so I can actually just put some ice and water in there and go about my day, which is a very nice thing for them to do considering the fact that we're out in a truck all day. So depending on what my day might look like, I could possibly not stop anywhere where I could get water. So they give you just having that machine is pretty awesome. That's a good move on the company's part. But so my jug actually tells you how much water, is in there. And, like a 1 gallon is like 120 something liters, I believe. Ounces. 120 something ounces. So I at least know, like, based off the numbers on my bottle, like, okay, I need to drink a little bit more than one of these to reach a gallon of water. Should be doing 1.5 gallons a day. And it helps me pace myself out more. Because, I'm driving, it's hot outside, or maybe I'm eating a meal, and I could see based on that point in the day, like, so much of the water has depleted out of that jug. And I know, like, roughly how much more I have to go. So it kind of helps me, like, get on my own ass to remember to take more sips of water regularly. But some days I do not feel like I hit the mark. It's not like I'm off by a ton, but it's definitely, like, not perfect. That could present issues, especially, like, the bigger you get, the more water you need to stay hydrated. And I want everyone to drink water because you're just, drastically increasing the chance you're going to tear a muscle or a tendon from being dehydrated. But, someone might be listening and they're young. They don't worry about that shit. They barely warm up and they're already doing working sets. They have, the blessing of a young person's body. Well, yeah, that is the case right now. But a better reason for why you should be drinking more water that should make you give a shit at that age is the water is mobilizing all those nutrients in your body. It's helping pass things through with osmotic processes to be able to mobilize all the broken down carbohydrates and everything you're consuming. So, if you're super dehydrated, that's also like a big contributing factor to why your physique's going to look like shit. It's going to directly affect performance, but if you're young and don't give a shit about that enough, like, hey, it's mobilizing the nutrients you need to eat for you to get bigger. And I think younger individuals actually do care about that. So, they'll be doing the right thing for the wrong reason pretty much. But it's hard sometimes. I mean, you're trying to balance so much stuff, and especially if you're newer at implementing some of this stuff, it kind of feels like a chore at first because you're not used to doing all this. You're not used to weighing out and pre-packing meals every day. And like making sure you're going to bed and like actually getting 8 hours of sleep and doing all this shit. Like it's a chore at first. You have to do it for many years for it to just be like, oh, it's just a part of what I do. But up until, it does take years. Like you might be in a good groove after a few months of doing it consistently, but it really takes the years to have it like not drag you down at all. It's just like, oh, this is just part of who I am and what I do. It's not, really taking additional effort out of my day to do these things because I've embedded it into myself with who I am, that these are the things that I do. So that's why I find, it also goes into why, like, you shouldn't jump the gun with certain things, like not just talking about kids taking gear, but jumping the gun with going too heavy in the gym or anything like that. Like you have to let the process sit in place and work the plan for many years. So you just how the back of your hand, you've developed this the skill set and consistency to just continue doing this over a long period of time with no fault. If you're newer and you convince yourself you're going to do everything perfect starting whenever you do this or that? Probably not. Maybe for a couple weeks, a month maybe, and then like there's going to be a day you fuck off. Some people might do that sooner than others, but there will be a day that you fuck off, don't do things how you should, and you're going to pay the consequences for that. They're not immediate though, and by the time you realize what they are, you're just disappointed because you feel like you wasted time. It'll take many years for like you to realize the faults in your ways, and by that point, you've wasted crucial time you could have spent getting better. And I know this because I've done that. I went through a lot of problems in my early 20s. I should be way bigger for my age right now, but I did not buckle down my lifestyle appropriately until the last few years. And look, it's paying off great now. But you got to keep working it for a while, and you got to enjoy doing this shit, because if you don't, it's perpetually going to feel like a chore. And I don't want that for you, and I don't think you want that for you. So just got to stay on top of it, put in the little efforts every day, and like if there's something you should be doing to be better, just go do it. It's not that hard, man. Just go do it. Oh, yeah, your abs need to get better, but you're only training them like once every couple weeks. Well, go fix that shit. Do it every other day. It's not that bad. Oh, what, an extra 6 minutes at the end of your workout for you to do a few sets? Like, oh yeah, that's real hard for you to do. Just go do it. You see, like when things might seem like it's like a whole big thing at first because it's new and foreign, but something as simple as doing abs every other day, it's like, oh, you like an additional 6 minutes you couldn't take to do a few sets. 6 minutes. You couldn't take 6 minutes to do a few sets. Wow. Not that fucking hard. But you have to kind of break it down like that so you can see like how insignificant the thing you're building up actually is. Because nothing is inherently hard on its own. I don't think lifting weights is very hard, to be honest. Even if you're doing like a 600-pound squat or something, it's like there's a very high level of effort you need to execute in an extremely short period of time, and that's about it. You know, like if I'm lifting near my max capability on any kind of like compound lift, there's a lot of effort involved in doing that set. But how long does that set last? 5 seconds? So putting in a tremendous amount of effort for 5 seconds, like you think that's actually trying really hard? I would argue otherwise. And you should probably think twice about that. The hard stuff's usually the stuff that you gotta like just keep doing consistently without immediate feedback over a long period of time. Like every day I eat, it's not like I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh yeah, like all the meals I ate yesterday really paid off today with my body. It's like, no, they keep building up over time. It's like laying bricks to build a house. It doesn't look like you're doing much when you're just laying the first layer of a wall, but by the time you're done, you're like, oh my, look at this fucking house I built. That's insane. So you gotta like have the big picture in mind, but make sure you don't forget the little steps to reach the big picture. And doing it that way, you're gonna make massive amounts of gains. So stay hydrated, have a good time. I'm gonna go to I'm almost at the gym right now, and I'm gonna train back, so that should be an all right workout. I don't know, my legs are very sore, but I hope everyone has a good rest of their evening. I'm getting to it, getting after it, and having fun along the way. See ya.